weeks, when you look at what do you like about your team? What do you like about the way they're playing right now?
I think one of the things that we made sure we addressed yesterday in our first real full team meeting since we've been back is we're disappointed. We're very disappointed, obviously, being 0-2 right now, but by no means are we discouraged on where we're heading. I think every person in our program and certainly after seeing the face of the young man sitting next to me and his disappointment after the game, our young men are going about it the right way. They're putting everything into it. They're working to get better. They're being coachable. I think they see the results, that we are a better football team than we were a year ago in many ways. Now we've got to find a way to shorten that small gap right now, or those, as we say many times, 3 to 5 plays that can make a difference in a game.
Is that, you mentioned those 3 to 5 plays? Is it just that little bit of a hump to get over?
Well, I think so. I think anytime you look at a lot of games, we've been saying it since the day we arrived. That's many times the difference between winning and losing. It's a small game. And Chuck can verify these are the exact things I said in the meeting yesterday, is that if we took this hand for Minnesota and this hand for Army, and we'd probably barely fill those up, and if a couple things went differently, we may be talking about different results right now. But that's football, and that's life, really, and that's what we're trying to teach our guys, that we have to go about it each and every day, and working hard doesn't guarantee success. It just gives you an opportunity for success. But very pleased the way they've approached it and the way they walked in yesterday to be coachable and to get better.
Chuck, how do you juggle the parts of what Coach is talking about, where you guys are getting better, there's improvement, you can see it, but it's not exactly getting you the results that you really want?
I mean, from what Coach said, working hard doesn't guarantee success, but we're just going to keep grinding. I mean, it doesn't stop what we're going to do, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep motivating each other because, after a loss, you are disappointed in yourself, but you're going to keep pushing, though. That's how you become great.
Do you want to see your teammates and yourself be as disappointed as you guys appear to have been after the last 2 games?
I don't understand.
Do you like seeing the fact that the guys are really disappointed and down after the last 2 games, even though you were close and there were a lot of positives?
Yeah, I do like seeing them disappointed because they don't like that feeling, and we don't want to keep feeling that feeling. So we're gonna push past that. And we're not gonna be disappointed no more.
What's improved in your game, Chuck, after a couple of years of being on the field but not necessarily in a starting role? Now that you're starting, what's improved in your game?
I could say, from off season, my confidence. I could say that my speed, my strength. All our strength and conditioning staff, they really help us out with everything. They make sure we're moving every way in the right way. My teammates, we all build each other. We done built a better brotherhood, and it's been very positive.
The old cliche is the game slows down as you get more experience. Are you sensing that a little bit in your own game?
I do sense that. I do.
What are some examples of that?
Just especially from now that, being an older guy, I put a lot of more responsibility on myself. I watch a lot more film. So studying film, you see in the plays, you can walk through the plays before they're even going on sometimes. It's just, you're there already. You already been there. So now you're just there again physically, and that just helps a lot.
Coach, where have you seen him make strides?
I can say without, Chuck Harris is one of the great examples, I think, why we do what we do. This was a young man that had a lot of ability and a talent. When we recruited him, really we had a short time of being on the road when we got the job, and which would have been then January of 15. Chuck was a guy that came in probably not overly confident academically, and I saw a young man that experienced success in the classroom his first summer, and it really helped him mature and gain confidence in every part of his life. He found that this was going to be a place where people cared about him, and we were going to try to help him. And then he got put onto the field right away as a freshman. And now you see, after a couple years of being behind older players, just kind of, doing your thing and trying to get better. Now he sees the difference of what it has to, what happens when you become the more experienced player at your position and what that entails. Because now he's quickly become one of the older guys with 2 years yet to play, and he sees these freshmen that are now coming in behind him. You see him in fall camp helping them out. You see him trying to tell guys what to do. And then, again, is kind of what Paul was saying, is that this group of young men that kind of came in 15 are the ones whose attitude and determination daily were something that we were going to continue to build upon, is their passion and not just playing games close and doing it that way. So he's been a pleasure, and looking forward to continue watching his development.
Chuck, every defensive end loves to rush the passer. That's what you guys primarily like to do. But you played two teams that haven't thrown the ball much, at least this past week, almost at all. Is it get a little frustrating? Are you kind of waiting for a chance where you can go after a quarterback a little bit?
I'm surely waiting on a chance where I can show that I can get off on the edge. But, the run is always going to be first, and run is always going to be the go-to for everybody. So we're going to if they're going to run, we're going to focus on stopping the run. That's what a defense needs to do.
When you're looking at the matchup this week, what are you looking for, and how exciting is it to get that home opener?
Well, it's, first of all, very exciting to get the home opener. Again, our players want to play in front of the home crowd. They want to play in front of their fellow classmates and have a chance to do all the things in the place that they work out all the time. That's exciting, and it should be kind of unique. It's a year that you have to wait a couple weeks to do so. Colgate's going to be a very good challenge for us, and I think last year losing our opener to an FCS opponent in Albany is definitely one that was one that we can refer to quickly, that you don't look at overlook anyone depending on the level, supposedly, that we're categorized to play in. There's many examples again this year in college football, and it happens every year, where FCS opponents beat FBS schools. So that said, some fine players, they're well coached. On the flip side, it's still going to be what we do. And that's where we have to make sure we're focusing on executing, doing what we have to do to close that gap, as I talked about earlier, and control what we can. So that's what's going to make it exciting at 6 o'clock on Saturday night, that we kick off and try to take the next step and find a way to get our first win.
Coach, they've played two ranked FCS level teams. Does that help you in your preparation and scouting to see them matched up against what would be a higher level FCS team?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know, how much our players, especially in today's world, everything that they have on their plates, if they're studying the FCS rankings, let alone any rankings. But if, for those of us that know that Cal Poly was an excellent football team, for them to go the other side of the country and go out there and get a week in week 0, first game of the year against a triple option team, some of the same things we talked about with us facing Army, that's a big win. That's a big win for a team to go out there and do that. Richmond, again, a team that's been very successful, been a FCS playoff participant many times, and to get to play them close at home with probably their best player not playing is a testament again for what they're going to have, and they're going to come in here, and much like we talked about with us going to Minnesota, that's an opportunity to be on a stage, and that sometimes players energize a little bit more, have something to prove, all those things. I'm sure that's the same way their players are going to feel coming in here.
Chuck, if anybody needed the reality check of what facing an FCS team is like, did the Albany game provide that for you guys last year?
It provided every bit of it for us.
Are you a little? Does it even bother you to even be thinking about that game?
It does. I mean, it hurts, but you know, even though you push past it and you move past it, on to the next game. The most important game is always the next game, but that one's gonna always, sit on your mind sometimes.
Anything else for Coach or Chuck? All right, they're available for one-on-one.
Thank you.
Thank you.